hour 15, text F, starting with 9:39:11, where the initiate finally goes down. And I love the fact that he's holding in both hands barley cakes kneaded in honey, which has a very special significance. I like the way he has to squeeze into this hole, and then once you squeeze in and you suddenly let go, there are all these subjective feelings. It's a flood of subjective feelings. And next thing you know, you feel as if you're drowning in the swirling eddies of a wild stream, and you're about to go under. And this primal experience is presented in such a way that you can't help but think about childbirth. And in this case, about how you enter and how you exit. And then next thing you know, it's over, and you're back to, how shall I say it, the zone of light and life. That would be a poetic way of saying it. And at that point, you're not feeling very good, and you can't even smile or laugh about anything, and all of these things will come back to you eventually. But there's so much deprogramming that has to happen, and people have to interrogate you, and then you have to set up a record of what you really did see and make sure that you blank out on things that you didn't see or shouldn't see. And by now you have a very good idea about what it is like to be initiated into the hero cult of a cult hero. But the best part is he leaves it till the very end to say, oh, and by the way, I was initiated, and this is my experience. So you say, oh, that means that when he was talking about how he slips through this hole and he feels that he's drowning in the swirling eddies of a raging torrent, that's what he felt. This is one of the most amazing pieces of subjective experience from the ancient world, coming from a very level-headed person in the 2nd century CE, who has seen a lot of things, who is very respectful of the sacred things that he sees, but this is so self-revealing. And we're very lucky to have something like this. You're not going to see this kind of historically attested subjective experience elsewhere. Examples like this are few and far between.
Yeah, I mean, even to the degree of talking about the state of consciousness that you're in when you emerge, and how hard it is to recover. That's
Yes.
such an amazingly
Yes.
Subjective thing that he reveals that
Yeah,
you couldn't tell from any other way.
And how people have to be very nice to you. Yes.
And even laughter takes a while to come back to you. Yeah.
And he's even passed out at one point, and he's possessed by terror and still unconscious, both of himself and of those who are near him. He has to be brought back to. I love the expression that we have in colloquial English, to come to, which is a wonderful colloquial way for us to say in English what is said so beautifully and poetically by way of the words noos and nostos. You see it in colloquial English that way. You see it in the ritual, in the memoirs of Pausanias, as he describes his subjective feelings, including the terror, the holy terror of it all.
Exactly. Yeah. And about coming back to yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, there it is. And Claudia is pointing out the relatives take him back to this place by lifting him and carrying him off. And take back, komizein, has that deeper meaning of bring back to life and light. So it is mystical.